Hello, 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 hello. How is everyone doing this Tuesday morning? I am Sybil, the lady behind Stroke Talks with Sybil, and I am here to share a little bit with you about who I am and why Stroke Talk was created. So, again, I am Sybil Jones, and I am a stroke warrior. I had an unexpected ischemic stroke on April 17th of 2021. And I say unexpected because it was never on our radar. I had none of the commonly known health risk of a stroke, um, very low to zero stress in my life, um, no drug use, alcohol abuse, um, things that we think of when we think of someone having a stroke. Again, those health risks, uh, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, nothing. My stroke was due to an uncommon cause, a rare cause by the name of carotid webbing, and it is something that I was born with. Had never been diagnosed. There was no reason for anyone, any doctor, to even check for it. So I tell people now that let me find it. Here we go. I keep this on my desk. That I rock some pretty snazzy neck jewelry, and it is here in my right carotid artery, and it keeps everything nice and flush and the blood flow nice and smooth going to the brain. Um, and so I wanted to create, or I created Stroke Talks to share my testimony, my story, and my journey of my stroke and the recovery and the behind the scenes of recovery. Again, I'm young, healthy. The day of my stroke was a typical Saturday. We were at a party. We were out at a party. Um, and things took a turn quickly. And, I spent time in the hospital, um, in ICU, on the stroke unit, went through physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy. And most people that I have met, looking at me, hearing me speak, there is no signs of a stroke. Again, I was unaware, really, I didn't really know that much about strokes until it happened to me. And what I knew was it happened to elderly people, um, people who had health risks. And then I also knew of people who had it, that after they had a stroke, there were signs, right? There was this, I don't want to say the stroke walk, but there's a gait, just the way someone walks, you're like, oh, they've had a stroke. Or if they still have their facial droop or paralysis of one side. And I have none of those visible signs. Um, I did have full left side facial droop, um, but I no longer have that. I had the slurred speech. Um, I at times still hear my speech being slurred, um, the slurred speech, and then sometimes I'm just like a little extra fuzzy up there. I'm like, hey, just be a little fuzzy. But these are all things that are behind the scenes. And even with my left side, um, I don't have full sensation on my left side of my body, my entire left side of my body. And we're going to talk about that. Okay. We're going to really get down to the nitty gritty of things. And it's almost 2 years. And when I was after my stroke, I was like, I'm going to talk about this. I want to bring awareness. I want to tell people, one, bring awareness to carotid webbing, to let people know the signs, not from the signs from as you having a stroke, because I didn't know. Like everything just went black. Like I couldn't see anything, I couldn't hear anything. I didn't know what was going on. But for those who are around you, so if you're out and you see certain signs, like you are aware that that person is having a stroke and what you need to do. So we're going to talk about that here. We're also going to talk about the recovery process because again, there's that behind the scenes of recovery that I believe that like my family and friends did not fully understand. And there were things that I was doing and that I still do. I'm coming over some of my own struggles and I will be sharing that in the future too. But I want to talk about that with you. Not only am I going to be doing videos, I will also have a written blog and I am going to also host virtual and eventually in person meetups for stroke warriors and caregivers, family and friends who want to know more about stroke from a personal conversation. Okay. And I also will be interviewing other stroke warriors to share their story. So continue to follow, like, subscribe, because I'm going to also begin a YouTube channel and a podcast night. And I ask that you bear with me because there are times like I have this newfound friend that I am working through. Anxiety. Now, if you guys have known me, if you knew me before, you know I love to talk. I have the gift of gab. And I often say my gift of gab is what saved my life. Because I was talking when the onset of my stroke hit. It went from everything being fine, I'm just chilling, hey, to boom, it was done. It was a wrap. So, but my newfound friend of anxiety, right? Because like, again, I've always been a talker, I've always been a rambler, but now I sometimes feel like I just get in this loop. And it's weird. It is weird. It is crazy. But I'm working through it. And I said, you know what, Sybil, you just have to hit that live button. Just go live. That was one thing that I did before on my other platforms, something that I loved doing. And I'm like, just do it here. It's fine. Like, just show up. Girl, know you, be you, and love you. Just be you. Even if it's a little foggy sometimes, just be you. Just do you, boo. Just do you, boo. And the know you, be you, love you message, that is a message that I started years ago. It is trademarked. It does belong to me. And you can buy yourself this mug. Yes, I'm going to do a shameless plug. You can buy this mug. I will drop the link for you and you can buy it. And your purchase of this mug will support Stroke Talks with Sybil. Okay, because I'm going to do, I want to offer the virtual peer-to-peer sessions free because I think it's important to have these conversations about stroke and to check in on one another as stroke one thing that I have noticed since my stroke, my R's are they're a little weird. They just look, but it's okay. It's okay. But to give stroke warriors a place to connect and talk, because sometimes your family and friends, they don't know, they don't understand what you're going through day in and day out. And as a caregiver, you come in and talk with us as well, because it will help you understand what your loved one, what your family, your friend is dealing with. Because there are days, y'all, I don't want to get out of my bed. And it's weird for me. I've always been a very social person. I'm not very social anymore. I don't want to go out, and I'm improving. I am getting better about that, but just extremely self-conscious um, of being out, right? Because again, to me, I sound like I have a slur. And there's also times that I'm just like, okay, I'm following, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. And I want to talk with you guys about that as well. And explaining that yes, although your loved one looks fine and they're doing well, and they may be doing extremely well, but things are still different for them. And that, y'all, that is still an adjustment for me. Accepting that, yes, I am alive, I am doing well, but there are still huge differences in my life. Most people, Sybil, you talk fine, you're out here, nothing looks like there's anything wrong with you. A stroke affects the brain. And there's just things slow down a little bit, right? And we're going to talk about that and just how a stroke really, it affects your entire body. Like I said, my left side just be weird, just weird sometimes. So we're going to talk about that. All right. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day, and I will chat with you later. And make sure you go check out stroketalks.com, and you can support. Buy this mug or make a supportation. All right. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.